Have you ever wondered what Docker is or how it could streamline your workflow? Let's dive right into it. Docker, in its essence, is a platform that simplifies the process of managing and deploying applications. It does this by creating isolated environments, known as containers. Think of these containers like miniature virtual machines, but far more lightweight and efficient. They allow developers to package an application with all of its dependencies into a standardized unit for software development. This ensures that the application will run reliably and consistently, regardless of the environment it's deployed in. Docker is like a well-organized suitcase, where every item has its place and you can find what you need without digging through a mess. In the world of software development, this level of efficiency and consistency is invaluable. Now that you know what Docker is, you may be wondering how to use it. Stay tuned. Getting Docker up and running on your system is a breeze. Ready to dive in? Let's start with installing Docker on macOS. You'll want to head over to Docker's official website and download the Docker desktop for Mac. Once downloaded, you simply follow the installer's instructions. For Windows users, the process is quite similar. Download Docker Desktop for Windows from Docker's website and run the installer. For those of you using Linux, the method varies slightly based on your distribution. Most will require you to use a package manager like apt or yum. Regardless of your operating system, verifying your installation is crucial. Open up your terminal, type docker run hello world, and hit enter. If Docker is installed correctly, you'll see a welcome message from Docker. It's that simple, folks. Congratulations! You've successfully installed Docker on your system. What's next? Running a Docker container is as simple as typing a command. Shall we try it out? Let's dive right in. First, open your terminal. To run a Docker container, we will use the docker run command followed by the name of the image. For our first time, let's run a very basic example, the hello world container. So type docker run hello world. Now hit enter. What's happening behind the scenes? Docker is doing three things here. First, it's searching for the hello world image locally. Not finding it, Docker then reaches out to the Docker Hub, a cloud-based registry service, and pulls down the hello world image. Lastly, Docker runs the hello world image in a new container. And voila! You've just been greeted by Docker's hello world. It's really as simple as that. Fantastic! You've just run your first Docker container, but how about creating your own? Creating a Docker file is the first step towards building your own Docker image. Are you ready? A Docker file is a text document that contains all the commands a user could call on the command line to assemble an image. It's like a recipe for your Docker image. Let's create a Docker file. We start with the from instruction. This sets the base image for subsequent instructions. Then we use the run instruction to execute any commands in a new layer on top of the current image and commit the results. Copy adds files from your Docker client's current directory. CMD provides defaults for an executing container. After drafting our Docker file, we build our Docker image using the docker build command. This command takes in the Docker file and creates a Docker image. It's as simple as typing docker build. And voila, you have an image. You've just built your first Docker image from a Docker file. You're well on your way to mastering Docker. We've covered a lot of ground today, haven't we? We've unraveled the mystery of Docker, from its fundamental concepts to its installation. We've also taken our first steps in running a Docker container, and even ventured into creating a Docker file and building an image. It's a lot to digest, but don't worry. Remember, practice makes perfect. Keep exploring Docker, and soon it'll be an indispensable tool in your IT arsenal. Thanks for watching.